Hi everyone, thank you for popping into 502 Chalk with Jessica. I wanted to do a video for ones that have never heard of chalk couture or that have no clue how easy it is. And so that's kind of why I decided to do a live video. So welcome. I'm just going to get my phone ready as well so I can kind of see comments and all that great stuff. So I'm very new to this company. I have seen lots of videos of people crafting. I am a crafty mom. I am one that loves DIYs, Pinterest. Crafting is my jam, okay? But I'm not always great at it. Or I think that something's not going to take so long. In the end, it takes forever. And with being a mom of 2 girls and homeschooling, but still love to craft, I needed something that I could kind of do with a short amount of time, and it turned out great. And I would be proud to post and have throughout my home. So I wanted to kind of show you what these pieces behind me. This one, Too Cold to Care. This one's a little harder to see. So I decided that I needed to paint. So I painted the other ones before I chalked on it. The deer and then the white, Too Cold to Care. I did all those yesterday and my kit came in yesterday. So I've been trying to practice and see how everything kind of plays out together. So I kind of wanted to demonstrate for you guys, okay? So let's kind of see. So that's kind of sorry. That is not what I wanted to hear. My phone. Give me just a second. There we go. Kind of crazy. All right, so I got my kit in yesterday. It came with 5 paste colors, which you guys, this is my favorite color. The, I guess you would call it, yep, teal, turquoise color. Throughout my house, I have this color. So when this was the color that came in the kit, I was super excited because I love this color. So the good thing about chocolate couture is that it's washable paste, meaning the things behind me minus the wooden ornament, I will be able to, because I did not wax it, I will be able to just wash it off and reuse that surface. So that was one thing that I thought was pretty cool about it, is that 1, if I mess up, because I know I will. 2, say I do a holiday on a surface, then I have to store it. And let's be real, I don't have any more room to store extra stuff. So I like that I can reuse the surface and get ready for the next holiday. So we're going to kind of show, or I'm going to show, I should say. So it came with like a teal color, peony, and it's kind of like a pinky kind of color, bright white, which I will use more of. And then because the kit is geared towards Christmas, came with the meadow green and then the candy apple red. Okay, these are all the paste. They even have ink, so you can do pillows and cups and things that you want to stay permanent. I have not gotten the ink yet. I'm just trying to start off with the paste. And so that's kind of where I'm starting. So within my kit, it came with full sheets of transfers, okay? I've already cut some of them apart due to my crafting behind me, and I'll kind of explain. So, it's upside down, y'all. So this is kind of the come-in sheets, and then you can kind of see like the lines. I'm going to cut on those lines because those are different stencils. The cool thing about these stencils, it's like screen printing, you guys. I own a craft machine for vinyl. I've always vinyled. I've always had to de-weed. Sometimes it doesn't stick to the surface, or I've had to cut out the vinyl again because something has messed up. That's part of being a crafty mom. But with this, it's, if you mess up, it's easy to fix with little to no cost of fixing it, versus with vinyl, you know, you're having to use more vinyl to fix it. Sometimes it gets pulled, stretched, doesn't cut all the way through, kind of thing. So I love my vinyl machine. I use it a lot still. But when this came out and I watched people do it, I was like, okay, this looks like something I need to try. So it comes in full sheets. Like I said, this one is the Christmas kit. So it says, I'm dreaming of a farmhouse Christmas. And then if you can kind of see the lines is where I'm going to cut, okay? But when I cut on the back of it, I'm going to write what stencil it is. That way I know that it's the back, and for it to, I know which backing it goes to, and then I'm putting it on the right side, okay? Because it won't stick very well. So let's get started. So I'm going to write star, small tree, berries, I don't really know what you would call that. I guess it's not a vine, but pine stick is what I'm going to call it. And then farm house Christmas. And then, like I said, it just kind of helps me know what back to put it back on. So then I am going to cut it, and I keep my sheet that it came out of, and I'll put every little piece back in here. That'll just kind of help me keep up with it. So on those lines, I'm just gonna cut. So the cool thing about these transfers is, like I said, they are like a screen print. If you're familiar with like screen printing shirts, they have like a screen in between the letters, and it's nothing like vinyl. It sticks, but this is reusable. So once I use it, I'm going to be able to wash it, turn it sticky side up, let it dry, which does not take long, and then I'll put it back on my back, and I get on the backing, and then I'll be able to reuse it again, okay? I'm only going to be working with this right now. I don't want to get too complicated. I can add details later. So like I said, keep your storage, put it back in there. That way I have it, okay? So one of the surfaces that it came with was a round surface. Okay, this is a 10-inch round surface. This will it'll kind of go off the edge a little bit, but I'm okay with that, okay? So this is the first time I've used this. I am going to do, trying to decide, should I use white or should I use teal? Because, you know, teal is my favorite color. Let's see. Let's use white. All right. So off to the side over here, I have a glass container, a cooking pan really, of just a little bit of water, and that's where my transfer sheet will go, sticky side up, so I can wash off the chalk paste, and then it will be able to be reused after it dries. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my white paste. So because this is chalk, it can kind of get a little thick, and you want it more like a yogurt consistency. And yesterday, look, I'm using Pampered Chef because I didn't have anything else that I liked to start with to get down in the grooves, you guys. So you want it more like a yogurt consistency. So my first project, this over here, it was a little thicker than I think it was supposed to be, but it actually turned out really cool because it gave it more of a bubbly texture. So I had a little glass jar of just distilled water, because if it gets too thick when you stir it, then you want to add some water. Okay, so see how that's kind of still a little thick. I'm going to kind of rub, and this goes a really long ways, you guys. So I am going to just kind of stir, and I am going to add you want to just add a little at a time. That way you don't add too much and it's too runny. Okay. And I'm still trying to learn the consistency of how it should be, and doing multiple colors. That's why I'm just trying to practice, you guys. Because you want it to go over pretty quick and be more like a yogurt. I might do one more squirt just to, and if you add too much water, let it sit out and let the air kind of get to it, and it'll kind of dry back up. Okay. I like to get down in the crevices. Let's see. It's better. That is better. Now, when you're using multiple colors, I learned yesterday that you need multiple squeegees. I did not have that. So I have those ordered, extra squeegees, because you really need a squeegee for every color. And because yesterday, whenever I was doing it, I was having to wipe off and kind of do. So I want to show you how easy this is. Okay, my transfer. And you just kind of peel it off. This is when it's new, trying to get my fingernail underneath there. You want to pull from corner to corner. You do not want to go diagonal. So you want to go up to down, or corner to corner, okay? Because you do not want to stretch the screen in the middle, okay? So I'm gonna set that to the side. Because this is brand new, I am going to defuzz it first. And that just kind of helps the stickiness to help remove from, so I just have a microfiber cloth, and it just kind of helps put a little bit of fuzz on the back of it. So then when I go to remove it after I'm done chalking, it will come up easier. Now, if you're doing a ink or something that is already fuzzy, then you wouldn't need to defuzz it, but this is a smooth surface, so you do want to fuzz it. So I want to make sure that my hole is up at the top. I want to make sure my E and my F is kind of on there. So the biggest challenge is going to be making sure I'm centered. Okay. So I just kind of laid it on there. So I am off. You can kind of see, but I'm okay with that. Okay. So I just kind of laid it on there. There's my hole. I'm kind of crooked, so I need to fix that. Okay. So I'm going from top to bottom. And you guys, I have crooked eyes to begin with. I am usually so did you see how easy that was to just kind of peel up? It looks more even. I think it's my camera. That's what it is. Okay, so we'll kind of see. So then I'm just going to smooth it down. Get all the bubbles out. Make sure there's nothing that is going to keep it from going through. Okay. So then, all right. So that's on there. So then I'm just going to kind of lean y'all down so y'all can see more of what I'm doing. Okay. So then I'm just going to kind of take my squeegee. And then what I don't use, so I am kind of putting it on thick, but there's a reason for that. I will be able to scrape it off and put it back in, okay? So then I'm gonna start, and I'm just gonna start filling in the transfer, okay? I'm just working my way down. And I noticed yesterday that it does dry pretty quick. That's why it's best if you're doing multiple colors to have. To have extra squeegees. So see how I have a lot of extra? I'm just going to start scraping and putting it back in my jar. Scraping. So you're not wasting, you guys, which is pretty awesome because, you know, I hate to waste to begin with. And it's already starting to dry. Okay. And which was an accident, which is okay. I got some on my blackboard, but I'm going to show you. Make sure that that went over. So I'm going to put a little bit of water on my finger and move that paint over. Because I want to make sure I got all my pieces. All right, I'm just kind of rinsing my fingers off real quick. All right, now I do want to get this little bit of extra right there. All right, so I'm doing corner to corner. Okay. And then now I'm going to kind of pull you up a little. All right, so now here's my transfer sheet. Okay, there's my front, there's my back. I am going to sticky side up. I could reuse this if I was doing white again on another project, but I want to show you how easy it is to clean it. So sticky side up. In my water, okay. I'm going to set my board off to the side for just a second, and I'm going to show you how to clean that up. All right, so I'm just literally just kind of shaking it a little bit, kind of loosening up that chalk because it comes off very easily. The water is just kind of not cold, not hot, you know, depending on how long it takes you to do a project. I'm just kind of running over the screen, okay. I do need to, then I just kind of flipped it over. And then if I feel like it's still kind of got the chalk on it, I have an eraser, and I'm just gonna kind of run it over it, which will take off that extra, okay. So you're just kind of cleaning out the screen to be reused. So you just kind of want to make sure there's no chalk being dried in the screen. Okay. All right, so now you can kind of see there's no chalk. I have a towel. I'm gonna move this one. I'm gonna put sticky side up. And then I just kind of take my microfiber towel, and I just kind of dab it just to get that extra. And then I'm going to leave it. There's a hair right there that I want to get. I'm going to leave it right there. And as it dries, it will become sticky again. Sorry, there's a hair there, and I just don't want it to dry. It's already starting to become tacky again. So they say you should be able to use it between 8 to 10 times. Some people have used it longer, transfers. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. So I'm gonna move my water dish, and I will be, you know, you can just add to that as needed. All right, so notice right here, it's already dry, okay? Normally, what would we have to do? It'd be like, oh man, I just messed up. Good thing is, so I want to make sure there's no extra water in this. I'm going to take my little sponge and wipe it off. Ta-da! My mistake is gone. So now if I want, I can add something up here. Some people can add or will add bows. I'm not a bow person. I don't really know. No, I love to craft, y'all, but making bows, not my thing. I'm not very good at it. I can add some pretty ribbon, but I will probably add, I don't know, something up here. I haven't decided yet. But easy peasy. Now I have something to hang wherever I decide. Then I can actually, like I showed you, I will be able to wipe it off and reuse it. And then I can also do something on the other side to save me time. So then when this one's done, I can flip it over. And then when they're both sides are done for the holiday or whatever, then I can wipe them both off at the same time and redo. So that's kind of the cool part. And if you have questions, let me know. But I hope you enjoyed kind of the start of 502 Chalk. And I will get my girls to be chalking with me next week to show you how easy it is that they can even do it. So hope y'all have a great Wednesday. And if you have questions, shoot me a message. Bye.